what happened was this and that occurred. And then the next thing I knew, I was here at Pachyderm. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be nice if Kyle and Jared were here? And we could, perhaps record the Tuttle, Pool, and Greuel album. And I thought to myself, hey, you know, the world is our oyster here in Pandemia. And so I called Kyle Tuttle and Jared Poole and said, hey, how about you guys come to Minnesota and record an album tomorrow? And they said, I'm not going to say no. And they bought tickets, and I'm going to go pick them up from the airport right now. And we're going to make us a record in 2 days. In all of its glory. Ready?
Hot damn.
Hello. It's going to be a hoot. Like, we have no plan, right? And tonight we're going to get together here at Pachyderm. We're going to eat some deer taco. And we're going to figure out what we're going to record for the next couple days. It's fun when there's this kind of open book, we can literally decide what we want to record tonight and then start recording it tomorrow. It's an interesting deal to not have a plan. I feel excited, and the reason I'm excited is Kyle and Jared are such, brilliant musical minds. There's a lot of creativity there. And when we get together and play music, we've always kind of shot from the hip. So in a lot of ways, this has kind of been our approach as Tuttle, Pool, and Greuel, is, throw some stuff at the wall and see what sticks. And don't overplan. Let the universe kind of work its magic,
What are your initial feelings of arriving at Pachyderm and seeing the place, feeling the energy?
Man, if it were anybody other than Kyle Tuttle and Adam Greuel leading the charge on this session, I might be a little bit worried. But
I thought you were leading the charge.
see my
Who's
voice?
the boss around here anyway?
See this? Yeah.
How were your travels today?
They started slow and they tapered off.
Oh, that's good. How do you feel about the fact that we didn't know we were recording yesterday when we woke up, and then now we're here and we're about to record?
I sent Kyle a text, I think earlier this morning, and was like, man, things escalated really quickly yesterday, and it's not disappointing. It's great.
They kind of started fast and tapered off.
It's the Adam Greuel approach, which is not to be discounted. It's something to be believed in.
If you were Lil, the dog, and you saw Kyle walk in, how would you feel?
Beeline for the meat stick. No question.
Very good. Very good. All right. So what's your initial feeling of arriving at Pachyderm and seeing the place for the first time?
I feel like I've gone back in time. 70s? What am I, stuck in the 70s? Happily.
All right. How were your travels today?
It was a piece of cake. It felt good to be in an airport to some degree, It did. It's like kind of a little bit of that old standby feeling of just sitting around and waiting on a plane. Sitting on a plane, putting in some headphones, zoning out on a record, Zoning out on some tapes, actually, of things that we might work on. So,
How do you feel about the fact that this recording process has been thrown together and, is pretty open-ended right now?
Ah, man, I feel great about it. I think that's the way we work. I think I work good. I work well in situations like this, and I think you do too. I think one of the reasons that the old TPG exists is because we've managed to throw together a couple of last minute opportunities into just, hey, here we go. Let's make some music. Have a little soap on the road. Maybe go and get yourself a scraper. Have a little hope, have a little hope, have a little smoke a little dope. And I hope that you have got some toilet paper. Well, there's no food at the store and my belly's mighty sore. There ain't nothing left to say but jeepers creepers. But I finally found a smile when I wandered down that aisle. When I realized they'd not sold out of peepers. Have a little hope, have a little hope, have a little soap on a rope. Maybe go and get yourself a scraper. Have a little hope, have a little hope, and smoke a little dope. And I hope that you have got some toilet paper. On the park bench I sailed on the wings of a song, on a piece of paper furnished by the wind. And the words that I wrote, they came flowing note by note. Well, I'm here all because of where I've been. On the wings of a song I sailed away, and I just keep sailing on and on. And there ain't no telling where I'll travel to someday, riding on the wings of a song. Well, there ain't no telling where I'll travel to someday, riding on the wings of a song.
Well, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you can't trust somebody who doesn't care for breakfast. And more importantly, I worry, you know, if we're going in the studio and somebody's like, "Oh, I can't eat breakfast this morning." It's like, well, how in the hell are you going to play music? So here I am, I decided I'd put some fiddles together for everybody here at the studio. It's really kind of a cathartic morning exercise after yet another night of debauchery here at Pachyderm. No, honestly, we are very well behaved. We stayed up. We took vitamins this morning.
Gotta get those fingers moving first thing. Got a lot of important work to do today. Got a lot of important work to do every day.
Tuttle, you eat breakfast, right?
Sure do, buddy. Can't trust a man that doesn't eat breakfast.
That's great. You know how I was saying about breakfast, you can't trust a human that doesn't like breakfast? Well, I'll tell you what, you can't trust a dog either. Lil, would you care for some breakfast? Would you? Oh, of course you would. Here you go. Oh. What took you so damn long?
Well, went right, should have gone left, past the gas stations, got to the cool downtown Cannon Falls. Did not see an obvious grocery store, so went back to the quick stop we stopped at last night.
Sure.
Where they wrote Slayer in the concrete. That's cool. They did.
Slayer. Big Slayer fans here in Cannon Falls, Minnesota.
But upon arrival, the nice cashier clerk lady helped me try to locate a bag of grounds, to which she discovered that they had just sold their last one.
There's a coffee scarcity in Cannon Falls.
Yeah, the economy.
Commodity for sure.
Yeah, but there is a grocery store, and we found that, and that was exactly what we wanted.
Thanks, Rudy Giuliani. You're welcome. Fuck your coffee.
Fuck your coffee.
Your coffee.
I'll light a candle for you, leave it on the kitchen window. When it burns out, I'll go to the market and buy you another bag of candles. She'll be coming home any day now, I gotta be ready. When she sees that candle, she'll know how steady my hand really is. Baby, come home when you want to, your candle is always lit. Spend my time wondering what you're doing, worrying who you're doing it with.
Start making memories, gonna light my tea nights. Many mumbling lies. Making memories, gonna light my tea nights. Many mumbling lies. I'm making memories, gonna light my tea nights.
Oh!
Alright, let's go back to the house.
I don't think we need to be married to either of those ideas. I think we sit down, go at it, and if we're hammering takes that are 90% there, and we only need to do 10% more work,
Which is probably usually
what it'll be, then we should do them. But if we're hammering takes that are like, man, this is 70% there, and we're not getting any better than 70% live, then maybe we leave it at 70% and come back and
because we could just hit harmonies from our chairs right away.
yeah, totally, or whatever, or we could also, I don't know what Mike's setups are going to be, but I mean, we could also just
that's
come back and sing harmonies later,
That's you over there.
tomorrow.
Oh, well, yeah, we can do it.
Or I meant like do all harmonies at once, I mean, go back and just do a bunch of
But there's
singing.
something
That
about
might be wearing
creating
out your
songs.
voice too,
Yeah.
And probably more likely to sing a good part when you've just been playing that song
That's kind of on the
I'm not like a come back and sing all day vocalist. That's like not my shit.
Right. I don't know, there's something about like smell, like a comforting component.
Go outside.
El Palo Santo.
I'm happy.
Sometimes I like, drip lavender oil all over myself. There's the comforting sense, you try not to burn a microphone. There we go.
Slow down and let the turntable spin. Let's bust out a board game and let each other win. Settling down, settling in. Slow down and let the turntable spin. Settling down, then settling in. Slow down and let the turntable spin.
this will take time to lay down vocals and take time to lay down like that percussion piece you're talking about, take time to lay bass. I almost feel like we do stick with the plan of laying down like trying to just like cut songs
Well, why don't
right
we
now
just-
as opposed to
Let's just go make a punch list of the things we want to like that to add to this.
yeah, or even like it's not like we're gonna fucking forget. You know,
we
listen-
might
Might,
forget.
we got a lot of songs.
We got a lot of songs here.
Yeah.
I'd say
Trust
write
me,
them.
man.
I'd say write them down.
but I feel like
what
we should-
what I've forgotten can like fill books.
Could write books.
Yeah.
Okay, well I can
Um,
handle that quick because I got that notebook over there with each little.
Yeah, I've got one.
But so what are you saying? Just make a list and then go ahead and start swinging out another
I
song?
think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Let's start swinging for the park on material and all that stuff,
Uh-huh.
man.
Because it's easy to get like once you start doing that stuff, it almost goes back to what you were talking about yesterday. And I'm agreeing. I think with that concept of trying to get all these basic tracks, make sure we're happy
Yeah.
with the basic track, and then come back and work on.
Well,
this
what
stuff.
about? Do we want to? Do you want to throw ooze on this real
No.
quick, or we just keep everything for later?
I think so. Unless
Right.
unless the harmony's done live, I think we keep it for later and just cut shit.
Yeah.
Stay productive.
Yeah, we'll get more. We'll have more done that way. What's next? What else?
Let's
what-
do.
what-
Let's do.
Cool sings one.
Yeah, let's do life.
Do Life by the Drop because we can probably sing that live too.
Very well might. Yeah.
That's how it happens, living life, smoking drop.
1, 2.
Hello there, my old friend. Not so long ago, it was till the end. We played outside in the pouring rain. On the way up the road, we started over again. Living our dreams of you on top. My mind is aching, and Lord, it won't stop. It's how it happens, living life by the drop. Up and down that road in our worn out shoes, talking about good things and singing the blues. You went your way and I stayed behind. We both knew it was just a matter of time. Living out dreams of you on top. My mind is aching and Lord, it won't stop. It's how it happens, living life by the drop.
Well, I mean, I've always liked recording on full moons. To me, it's like there's a big ball of energy. It's good energy. I like the full moons. It's good to harness that. The problem with this project is I remembered just recently that on a full moon, Kyle turns into a bobcat. Weasel, man.
Is that better?
There's some spirit
Just
in
call me a-
weasel. Well, then what are you, man?
I'm not a shaved gerbil. I'll tell you that.
You're definitely a white person weasel.
What about a prairie dog? Is he prairie dog?
Oh yeah.
Man, I'll admit the airport food got me yesterday, and I was prairie dogging pretty fierce, like all day, man, like all day.
It's a bad spot to be in on a plane too, man. I tell you what.
I was crossing the prairie, I guess, or flying over it too. So there's this. Is that a double entendre? I don't know. I don't really know what that means.
Yeah. You can. Oh, you're a groundhog.
Yeah, just so that's cool. It's just
Cool.
it's like I'm getting better species of vermin. Thank you.
God bless America.
Alright, let the 45 spin at 33. Because time slows down when you're here with me. Just a settling down, then a settling in. Slow down, let the turntable spin. Let's bust out a board game and let each other win. Settling down and settling in.
Well, as you can see this morning, everyone's clearly quite sane.
I'm just the same as usual.
However, it would seem that Jared has taken ill. Now, at this point, we don't assume that it could possibly be pandemic related. However, the man is ill and he is not in the recording studio with us. And as you can see, he is not here. And so it's a little weird, and I'm gonna sing harmonies and do the guitar thing poorly, and we'll go from there. As you can see, there's nothing wrong with Kyle.
Nothing in the obvious.
I like your smart wool.
Have you noticed it's the only thing I've worn every single
I see
day
it right here.
during producing and this session. This is the only thing I've worn. I change my boxers, but I don't change my smart wool.
Well, it's because it's smart.
And it's wool.
It's so smart that it gets the stank out. Do you want some grapefruit?
I'm allergic.
I know.
You put it near my nostril, it's flaring.
Oh. You just flare.
My nostril's flaring from it. Like I'm lying.
Is that what happens when you lie? Is it your tell?
It's my tell, the nostril flare. I am allergic to grapefruit.
Are you? Well, now you're making me feel bad.
My nostril flared when I said that. I'm not allergic to grapefruit. I like it.
Yeah.
Although it's rare that you see one in the fashion that it is there, where it's almost been treated like an orange.
Well, if you do it right, you can do it that way.
Could you show the camera how you do your grapefruits? And could you explain why?
What, you mean like normal people?
No, normal people don't do that. Normal people slice it in half and pick at it with a spoon.
Yeah, well, I'm not Beatrice and I don't live in Naples, Florida. I'm a man, a full-grown man. Not an old man, but a full-grown man.
I am a full-grown adult male who makes my grapefruit like this.
Yeah, no, that's a myth that
What
you
are
have
we
to
doing
cut
here?
it in half. We're gonna do vocals.
We're recording.
But you got all wrapped up in your movie stardom, tricking me into videotaping me.
Good morning, Beatrice. Good morning. Lovely.
Gwyneth, or wait, I can't think of old lady names now. What's a good old lady name?
Edna.
Edna, yeah.
Felicia.
Felicia?
Patrice.
Patrice?
Man, I don't know. Have I ever told you how the way you make a grapefruit turns me on? If you could video yourself just peeling your grapefruit, it's just for personal. It's for personal use only. Because it's mostly the sound. So, anyhow, today's gone pretty good. Yesterday we did manage to cut, I think, 9 tracks, and we're gonna cut 3 more today. We've been doing all kinds of overdubs, vocal overdubs, and some instrument overdubs. I played some mediocre guitar solos, and I'm feeling pretty good. Brother Jared has taken a bit ill. It appears to be non-COVID related, thankfully. He does not have the vid. However, it's an interesting thing, because you come to the studio and you're all stoked and you don't feel all that good. It's kind of a weird thing. So you probably won't get an interview with him probably right now. He seems to be camera avoidant, so to speak. But he's doing good. He's a freaking trooper, man. He just sung the song Candle. It's just beautiful. And so, pretty stoked about that. And let me show you something. Every time I come to the recording studio, I like to bring some certain items. So, most importantly to me is a picture of my family. Because, it's like the reason you play music. It's the reason you're alive. It's your inspiration. So, that always comes. And then I do like something that my brother and sister-in-law Gemma gave me, some balsam fir incense. I like the way it smells. And I've got some sage. That's to take care of any negative energy. And then lavender makes me happy for some reason. And that one's a weird deal, but it smells really damn good. And then some people say that crystals are good for something with you, and so I bring them, and I like the way they look, even if they're not like doing anything to my soul. I like the way they look, for sure. Wouldn't you say, Tut?
A lot of juju in them things, that's what I hear.
A lot of juju in them things. And then some Palo Santo. Now that's the one I like the most because it just smells so fucking good, And then you've got a candle, and that's just for ambiance. And I think on a night like this, a full moon night, I think you light that damn candle, don't you? And that's nice, It's just a good thing. So, that's what's going on here today, this evening. And, I think we're on our way to making a pretty cool record. It's so near, but it can't take you very far. Yeah, all those spirits come to dance when you free your freaky soul at last.